I remember back when I was in middle school, there was always a super weird kid in my computer class that was always weird. Don't get me wrong, he was super smart because he finished his work early, but on this day specifically, he was really weird. I remember we were doing a pop quiz in my computer class one time. It was something for game programming back in middle school. I'm not really sure, but I remember this kid was sitting in the corner of the classroom and he started making weird noises. Now, I remember during my computer class, I would look at my crush and I'd just look instantly over at the corner of the room, kind of asking, why would he make such weird noises? And over time, the noises got louder and louder to the point where I literally heard him go, oh, except in a more higher pitch since we were back in middle school and none of us really hit puberty at the time. Honestly, it was super weird. I remember when this kid was making weird noises and I heard that final moan going, oh, in the computer class, I freaked out. I instantly knew what he was doing because I remember he kept looking at his lap and his hand was going up and down like non-stop pop. At this moment, I knew to stay away from him because clearly he had his own business going on. But then I remember our teacher, after the test, decided to make us mark our own work. So basically, we all had to choose a partner to mark their work with, since I guess teachers are lazy like that. And I remember specifically, this kid walked up to me, put his hand on my shoulder with the hand that he used to beat his own meat. I remember when he came up to me and put his hand on my shoulder, I was freaking out. I was like, oh, and I remember moving back, kind of grossed out, wanting to, basically stay away from him. But then he told me, hey, you want to mark my work? And when he said that, I was like, you know what? Why not? There's no other partner. And honestly, I'm screwed if I don't. So I went over to his desk and I saw there was literally some white devil's cream on his chair and on the ground. I remember sitting on that desk, spreading my legs to make sure I didn't hit the devil's cream. I remember marking that test so fast to the point where it was like a Minecraft speed run. But then I remember my crush ended up walking up towards me and she saw something was up. So when she walked up to me, she saw that there was the devil's cream. And I remember her looking at me saying, are you good? Did you literally just do that right here? And at that moment, I knew it was over for me.
Should I confess to my boyfriend that I'm cheating on him with his dad? My boyfriend and I have been dating for 3 years. I have to admit, our relationship is pretty boring. He's not the most fun guy, and he doesn't really ever make me laugh a lot. On the other hand, I'm always making him laugh. I put all those things aside because he is a very good person, and he does take care of me. His job requires him to be away from work for 6 to 8 months. He works on a boat, so this means I have a lot of time to myself. No, I never cheated on him before his dad came along, but let me explain. My boyfriend did not grow up with his dad. His dad went to prison a long time ago for something he stole. No, it wasn't something terrible. When his dad got out of prison, my boyfriend was already 20 years old. My boyfriend didn't like the idea of his dad coming to live with him and his mom, so they had a lot of fights. But his dad made every effort to try to make his son comfortable. The first time I met my dad's boyfriend, I noticed that he was very good looking. He was also in amazing shape. He loves to read books and listen to music, and he even started his own business as soon as he got out of prison, which is already doing well. He told my boyfriend to quit his job and to work for him, but my boyfriend refused. So my boyfriend had to go away for his job, which meant he was going to be away for 6 months. During this time, I decided to visit his mom as much as I could so that she wouldn't get lonely. And this is when things started heating up with his dad. I started going to visit his mom and his dad every single week. His mom and dad were still married, but they were not together. So it's not like the dad had to be loyal to the mom. My boyfriend's mom would usually cook dinner, I would eat with her, and then I would sit down to watch a movie with her sometimes. His dad would sometimes join us, but not all the time. Like I mentioned, my boyfriend's dad is very good looking. He caught me staring at him a few times. And I'll admit, I was really embarrassed, but at the same time, I kind of didn't care. One night when I was watching a movie with her, she told me that she was going to go to bed. I told her I would go home, but then she said no. She told me I should stay to finish watching the movie. That's when my boyfriend's dad comes over and sits on the couch with me. And he says, I'll keep you company. As we were watching the movie, I could feel the tension. And I loved it. I hadn't felt anything like this in the whole time that I was with my boyfriend. I mean, my boyfriend and I rarely even kissed. When the movie finished, I got up and turned the television off. He also gets up from the couch. That's when he grabbed my hand and turned me around. He grabbed my face and started kissing me. And I have to admit, I loved it. He pulled me into a corner and we kept kissing for a few minutes. That's when he asked me if I wanted to go upstairs with him and I said yes. And we did it. And it was actually amazing. Yes, I did feel guilty, but I wanted to live my life and enjoy these moments. And unfortunately, my boyfriend just didn't give that to me. We were inseparable after that. He would come over to my apartment almost every single night and just sleep over. And this became a routine. It's like we couldn't keep our hands off each other and we loved it. And not once did we ever talk about my boyfriend, his son. This went on the entire time my boyfriend was gone. A few days before my boyfriend arrived, his dad and I decided that we would just try to stay away from each other when he was home. Well, let me tell you, it didn't last very long. My boyfriend came home and I felt nothing. It was just like before he left. He barely even kissed me and we went back to our regular life. So I called his dad up and we started meeting in different fancy hotels around the city. It was so fun and exciting. After a few weeks, I noticed that my boyfriend really changed. He was barely touching me and didn't really want anything to do with me. So I confronted him. And I know I have no right, but I wanted to find out what was going on. My boyfriend told me that he felt our relationship was stale. And I told him that I agreed agreed. That's when he told me that we should separate. But we're technically still together. Now here's my problem. I think I just want to break up with my boyfriend, but I want to get with his dad, as in make it official. But his dad told me that he would never make it official with me. So now I'm stuck. I really like him and I have so much fun with him. Also, should I just tell my boyfriend the truth? What do you guys think I should do?
Story time on how I caught my pastor trying to sleep with his dog. Okay, so boom, let's jump right into it. So my family is very religious and we go to church every single Sunday. We also go to church every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. As you can imagine, since we're there 24/7, my parents have a great relationship with our pastor. He invites us over all the time and my mom even cooks for him since he has no wife and kids, but he has a dog. Well, one day my mom cooked for him and told me to go drop it off to surprise him with his favorite dish. I casually go over there as I've done many times before and I knock on the door, but he didn't answer. I see his car out front, so I know he's here, so I tried going to the back of the house. He has a window in his room where he would be able to see me. I went to the back of the house so I can get his attention to open the door and give him the food. When I looked into that window, my soul left. Okay, so boom, like I said, I go to the back of his house where I know I could get his attention. A window in the back that shows right into his room. I maybe overstepped my boundaries by going to the back of his house, but I was excited to give him this food that my mom cooked for him because again, this was his favorite dish. Well, when I got to his window and started knocking on it, my pastor was completely naked. But oh no, not just that. His dog was on the bed and he was actively trying to put his hot dog in the bun. I just couldn't believe it and I ran back home. I didn't even want him to know that I seen that. I just told my mom he wasn't home and she should just drop it off later and I just ran to my room. Now he gives me nothing but the creeps, but I haven't told anyone. Should I say something or should I turn a blind eye?
Am I wrong for telling my daughter she should change her wedding dress to green? My oldest daughter is straight-laced and is doing the whole get married and have a traditional life. She places a lot of emphasis on her upcoming wedding. My youngest is the complete opposite. While I don't agree with some of her choices, she's an adult, she pays for her way of life, and there's not much more I can do. She likes to call herself a digital nomad. My eldest kicked my youngest out of the wedding party. It's because my youngest has eloped with her boyfriend. The guy is about 10 years older than her, divorced with 2 kids. I think what set my oldest off is that her fiance comes from money and the wedding will be stupidly lavish. However, my youngest daughter's husband has a lot more money and he wholeheartedly supports my daughter's artistic temperament. The oldest is being told by her in-laws that her sister doesn't have the same family values as what she's being married into. My oldest has banned her sister from the wedding and says she's going no contact with her sister over her lifestyle choices. I told my daughter what is done is done. She also needs to stop being jealous of her sister or she might as well make her wedding dress green. Now she has banned me from the wedding. My husband isn't going now that I'm forbidden and his other daughter is also forbidden. My oldest is going on a rampage on social media talking about how her dad refuses to walk her down the aisle at the wedding. I told her she was playing the victim for no reason. My oldest, her fiance, and his family are all blasting up her social media saying we are immoral people.
Am I the asshole for what I told my mother-in-law when she asked to be in the delivery room? My husband and I are expecting a baby boy and we're catching up with preparation. His mom, who's kind of a busybody but can be helpful at times, invited us for dinner. She said she had a request and blatantly said she wanted to be in the room with me when I gave birth. I was taken aback and really thought it had something to do with nursery or diaper brands. I said sorry, but only my mom and husband will be there. She made a face, got quiet, and said she's just as much of a grandmother as my mom, saying she wants to be there for support and to see her grandbaby's first moments. Then my husband sided with her. I just stared at her and said, it's alright, you can have the opportunity to be in the room when it's your son who's giving birth. Everyone stopped eating and my mother-in-law left the table in an instant. My husband had me get up even though I wasn't finished with my dinner, but he said we should leave. In the car, he lost it on me, asking what brain cell made me think it was a good idea to tell her that. I said she kept pushing after I gave an answer. I didn't mean to cause issues. He said if I don't want issues, then I should stop making stuff difficult and just say yes to his mom's request. Then he said if his mom isn't allowed, he won't be either. Am I the asshole for calling out our cook for scamming us? I, 48 female, hired Julie, 25 female, to cook for my family of 4. She cooks us a few family meals a week and delivers them. She recently told us she would start double charging what she was initially charging, and we were shocked. She's a good cook, but she's not trained or anything. It's just a hobby for her. We offered her a little more pay to pay for some of the groceries, but double seemed excessive. She turned it down and said she'd give us a few weeks to find someone new, but that felt unfair to us. We hired her because her taste was similar to ours and we have dietary restrictions that she was able to accommodate. Had we known earlier, we would have hired someone from the start so they could learn our tastes. I said that the money she was getting now from us was generous for someone who isn't a professional cook. I also said to be realistic about her prices since we could dine in at a nice restaurant for the amount she was asking. She said to do that and wasn't open for negotiation. Even after showing the cost of groceries and utilities and showing her the data of the profit she was already making, she wouldn't budge. I told her off for trying to scam us and she mentioned the rise in food prices and that she values her time. She got really cold and quit on the spot, not even giving us a few weeks to find someone new. I called and offered to pay her the extra cost of groceries plus a 10% raise, but she blocked me.
Newlywed husband, 32 male, wanted to wait till marriage for sex and surprised me, 27 female, with a micro on our honeymoon. So we only dated for 6 months. We've been engaged for another 6 months and just got married on Saturday. I literally just got back from my honeymoon a couple hours ago. My husband isn't a religious guy. He just says he is old-fashioned like that. We got close to fooling around a couple of times, but it never went far. I tried.
Of course
but
it
he
go far.
always stopped after it went too far. Anyways, fast forward to now. Am I the asshole for reading into this and being upset that I waited until my wedding night to find out that he probably isn't as old-fashioned as he says he is? I don't know. I kind of feel lied to, or something was intentionally withheld from me.
Yeah, I think she felt lied to. She felt like it wasn't a religious thing. It was just like, he was just like, yeah. And then he like got her and was like, and it's a thumb. She's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I think she would be happy with a thumb. I think this is like a micro.
All of you who keep asking, it's about 1.25 inches.
Oh, now I feel bad.
Y'all, I'm literally about to be grounded for life for something I didn't even do. So basically, like an hour ago, I was laying in bed. I was bored. I was scrolling through Instagram and I see this one girl. She like took a selfie and there was like smoke in it. It looked really cool. It was like a selfie and then like smoke. I was like, bro, that looks cool. I want to take a picture like that. So I'm like thinking, how do I get the smoke effect? And then I remember and I'm like, yo, I have a candle. Like, bring the candle in my bed, blow out the candle, there'll be smoke, and then I can take the picture. Like, it'll look super cool. So I do exactly that. I blow out the candle. I take pictures in the smoke. It looks super dope. It looks really cool. But as I'm taking these pictures, I look through my window. And this window faces my neighbor's house perfectly. And if there's one thing you should know, it's that my neighbors are snitches. They have snitched on me so many times to my Well, I look out my window and my neighbor is standing in the backyard, right in front of my window staring at me. And I don't really think anything about this because I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm taking selfies. Not even 5 minutes later, I get a call from my dad. And as soon as I pick up the phone, he is screaming, going crazy. He's like, Kayla, I can't believe you lied to me. You told me you would never do anything like that. The neighbors just saw you doing it in your room. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What? He's like, Kayla, do you want to explain to me why there was smoke in your room then? And that's when it clicked. The neighbors saw the smoke in my room from the candle, called my dad and told him that I was smoking in my room. So I tell my dad, I'm like, no, it was smoke from a candle. I blew out my candle and was taking pictures. And then my dad just hangs up on me. If there's one thing that I know is gonna happen, is that he's not gonna believe me over my neighbor. He's not gonna believe that it was a candle. He's gonna think I was smoking in my room, which is so not even the truth. So now when he gets home in an hour and a half, I'm most likely gonna get grounded for something I didn't even do. I'm so scared. It's not even funny.
I can't sleep, so I want to tell you it's keeping me up at night. So, you know when you have, like, a traumatizing experience as a kid, but now that you look back on it, it's hilarious? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have severe stage fright, right? So, when I was a kid, listen, it stems from this fucking one moment when I was in 7th grade doing a presentation in front of everyone, right? Like, parents, teachers, students, everyone. And basically, I had to pick a research topic, and in groups of 3 with my 2 best friends, I had to present it to the whole school by the end of the year, right? And the night before, I show it to my mom, and I was like, oh, I decided the Bermuda Triangle because I watched the TV show, whatever. And my mom reads it, and she was just like, this is trash. So she makes me a new one that I have never seen while I was asleep, Queen Loki. And then she writes me like a deck of cards, a cue card, so I can read them, right? And she writes for my friends too. She told me, your friends are going to read 2 slides, you're going to read 28, okay? And I was like, fuck me. So I go on stage, and I'm standing on stage and I'm starting to read the cue cards, right? And my friend reads the first one, I read the second one, and then when it comes to the third one, my friend is supposed to read it, but I had the cue card. So it fucked me up, it confused me. And then I skipped 2 by accident, and then I lost where I was and I dropped them. And I was like, fuck. And then I look at the crowd and I see my mom, and my mom's looking at me and she's like, oh, it's fine. And I was like, oh, she wants me to go away. So I start walking off stage. She's like, psst, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, you told me to leave stage. And she was like, no, I told you to click the fucking PowerPoint. What are you doing? I was like, right, okay. So I go back there and I pick up all the cards, and now they're out of order because they're not fucking numbered. So I'm like looking at all of them and I'm like, okay, I'll just read the first one. There are 5 devils under the triangle, and they're formed in a triangle formation, and they suck all the ships down there. And then I skip to the next one, and it's like, the electromagnetic field takes down all the airplanes. What the fuck? And I was just so confused. And my mom is looking at me, and she was like, and then I was like freaking out, and I look at my mom, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like fully freaking out, and she's like, bitch, look at the fucking PowerPoint. And I was like, you're right. I just started looking at the PowerPoint and I started reading off of it. And for some reason, no one like questioned it. And everyone was just laughing. Like, that was so miserable for me. Because I was like, why is everyone laughing at me? But I was like, now, think about it. It's this like 12-year-old that's fully freaking out on stage and just reading about devils or whatever. Like, what the fuck is he on? And I didn't know what I was on either because it's my mom's words and not mine. And it's a random theory. Anyways, I finish, and then the second I was done, I run to the bathroom and start crying. Let me be. I was a kid. And then I go back after I hear like the applause for the next presentation, which was the last one, and now they're gonna announce the winners, right? So I'm sitting in, next to my mom, and I'm like, fuck. And they read the announcement, like who's winning, and it's me and my group. So I immediately go, huh? And my mom pinches me because she's like, bitch, shut up. So she pinches me, but she pinched me so much that I stood up and I was like, thank you so much. And then I sat down and I was like, and then threw up everywhere. But it's fine. We don't talk about the throw up part. I got a certificate for it though. Isn't that so cute?
So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a backstory. So as y'all can see by the title, this is the time I attempted to go to Miami for spring break. Things did not work out. End up getting arrested, y'all. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a backstory about how I knew my best friend. So my best friend was a guy, and we're gonna go ahead and give him the name Inconsiderate, y'all. So how I knew Inconsiderate, and then, y'all, me and him, we're not best friends no more, but we still cool. Like, he's the one who told me, like, tell the story, but leave my real name out of it. And it's like, of course, you get a nickname. Like, anyway, so how we knew each other, we've been knowing each other since we was kids. Our moms was friends, so we always, like, knew each other, whatever. The older we got, we became closer. Like, we started to hang out a lot, whatever. That's when we became best friends. Boom. So at this time, Inconsiderate ended up moving to Atlanta. And yeah, now let's go into the story. So y'all, it was around spring break time, and I really wanted to go to spring break. It was like last minute, y'all. And I'm like, dang. So I put it on my story. When people put it on their story because they want one of their friends to catch the bait to see which ones wanted to go. So I put on my story like, man, I really want to go to spring break, but I ain't got nobody to go with, right? Guess who hit me up? Inconsiderate. Reply to the story like, best friend, let's go. Like, let's go. So I'm like, you for real? And he like, yeah. He like, but could we make it like a road trip? He was like, call me, like I'll explain everything. So I'm just like, all right. So I call him. I'm like, what's up? Like, you really want to go? And he like, yeah. He's like, but we gonna drive there from Atlanta. It's not that far of a drive. And I'm like, he's like, but we could take turns driving. He's like, but I got a lot of people that's gonna be out there, and we gonna meet up with them, but we gonna drive. We could take turns driving. Like, I'll even pay you to help me drive. He's like, but it's just my friend from here ended up moving to Miami, so I told him I'll bring his stuff because I was going out there anyway. So I'm like, okay. So he told me, he's like, yeah, I'll buy your ticket to come to Atlanta. I'll pay for the room because I'm already like, he was like, he's already like getting a big ass Airbnb or some shit with a whole bunch of other people that's meeting us there. He's like, so don't worry about that. All you got to do is buy your returning ticket to go home, which would be from Miami, right? So I'm like, cool, I'm getting a free trip, y'all. A free trip with my dog, somebody I know I ain't seen in a minute though. So I'm like, cool, all right. So we discussed everything, y'all. So he ended up getting my ticket. I ended up flying to Atlanta. I flew there the day before we were supposed to leave because the flights was all like late. So it was like, you might as well just come this time and then we leave early the next day. So I got to Atlanta, it was about like 5-6 o'clock, right? So when I got there, he like, yeah, my people's having a barbecue. You want to come? Like, y'all, you want to go? Like, it'll be cool. So I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm cool. I know probably like 2 of his aunties that was already there because they have been like, I met them in like LA when I was younger and shit, so it was whatever. So I'm at the barbecue. Barbecue is lit, y'all. Lit, all the corn-fed, thick bitches outside, bouncing booty. It was just lit. Like, it was lit. Food on point, music on point, everything on point, everything cool. Next thing you know, his other auntie comes, and we're gonna give her a name because she's in this story a lot, and we're gonna call her Holiday. And the reason we calling her Holiday is because auntie was on that shit, okay? If y'all seen Holiday Heart, I'm talking about the mama. Like, I got the bike Holiday, y'all. That was auntie. So she came through, Holiday, she come through turned up, just screaming for no reason. Hey, nephew, who this nephew? This you? Talking about me. He like, no, that's my best friend. He like, yeah, we going to Miami tomorrow. Miami? Mind you, my best friend, and consider it, he had family in Miami as well. Well, not in Miami, but in Florida somewhere. So he had family in Florida. So he just like, yeah, we gonna go out there. Like, so yeah, anyway, I'm just telling y'all so y'all see why. So she like, oh, Miami, I've been wanting to go out there, nephew. I need to get out there. This how her voice was. That's what I'm doing it. I need to get out there, nephew. Oh, nephew, take me. Take me. Take me. She doing all this. I'm thinking she's screaming to the Lord to kill her because she's just, take me. Take me. And he like, nah, Holiday. And everybody, yeah, take Holiday ass. We need a break. Take Holiday ass. We need a break. She like, nephew, please. And he like, all right. I'm sitting there thinking like, why the fuck we gotta take Holiday? I'm just thinking like, oh my God, this lady's on 10 at here right now. I know she finna be on 10 in this car ride, like, y'all. So we end up leaving the barbecue or whatever. Holiday did not come with us when we left the barbecue because we was gonna leave early in the morning. She wanted to come back. He like, Holiday, nah, I'll pick you up in the morning and we gonna hit the road. So that was cool. So the morning comes. And when we was finna go, because mind you, my best friend told me originally that he was taking his homie's stuff to Miami. Like, just his stuff. Like, he left some clothes and shit. And he moved so that he said he'll bring it, right? So, morning come, we go outside. We walking around the corner. I'm like, we taking a different car or something? Like, your car is right there. He like, no, we're not taking my car. We taking the homie car because he left his car. Y'all. So I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. We walk up to the car ain't got no plates on it. So I'm like, we gonna be good on the road with this car ain't got no plates. He like, no, it's cool. They don't be tripping in the South. Like, it's cool. Like, it's cool. I don't know. I'm not from the South. I'm from LA. I know you get put over like this with no plates on your car. But hey, he's telling me and he knows better than I knew. So I'm just like, okay. So we hop in the car, we go pick up Holiday. Man, when I tell y'all, we left around like 6 in the morning. When I tell y'all Holiday was on 10 at 6 in the morning, she was on 10. She in the car screaming. Every song that come on, she's screaming. Future, she in the backseat screaming. I was trying to get a little rest because and consider it was driving first and then I was gonna drive second. Man, I could not get any rest in the car with a crackhead screaming in my ear. Like, I don't know if I can say that. With Holiday screaming in my ear, she was just crazy. She was so loud. I'm just like, yo. She just screaming, so I couldn't really get no rest. So anyway, we ended up stopping to get something to eat. I forgot where we stopped at. Probably was like Whataburger or some shit like that. I don't know. But we ended up stopping to get something to eat, y'all. So when we stopped to get something to eat, I accidentally spilled my little sauce that I had on my, on the seat. It spilled on my leg and on the seat. And I said, oh shit. And I started looking in the bag, y'all. I didn't have no napkins in the bag. So I'm like, let me, so I'm about to reach to grab the glove compartment. Don't touch that. I said, what's up? I'm like, what's up? Why I can't? I said, I spilled something. I'm trying to find some napkins or something. He like, nah, ain't nothing in there. I'm like, what's in there? Like, you just made weird. He like, ain't nothing in there. I'm like, then why are you doing all that? Like, why I couldn't open it up? How you know ain't nothing in there? He like, nah, it ain't even like that, best friend. And it's just that, and this is why I should have paid attention. Every time this nigga called me best friend instead of my name, it's always some lies. And I never caught on to that. But anyway, he like, nah, best friend, it's just, it's broke. And it's too much to put it back together. And it's just going to be hanging on your legs all the whole way. I ain't trying to put you through that. So just don't open it here. And he took his shirt off and gave me his shirt to wipe my pants in the seat. So I'm just like, okay. So we drive more down the road. We already agreed when the next place we stopped at to get gas, I was going to start driving. Y'all, Holiday still on 10. Still on fucking 10. Holiday is hanging out the window while we're driving like a damn dog. You know how dogs be in the car on the freeway hanging out the window? Holiday is hanging out the window. I don't know how she's able to breathe like that with all the wind, but I guess she probably got superpowers because, you know, sometimes when people on certain things, they get superpowers. I don't know. That's what I heard. But anyway, so Holiday is getting on my damn nerves. I'm thinking like, man, could this crazy bitch stop? Because I'm not trying to get put over. We already ain't got no place. Y'all. So we make it to the gas station. So when we get to the gas station, Holiday like, nephew, I bet you I could make some money here. And he just like, man, Holiday, don't be on that stupid ass shit. He was getting out. Every time he talked to Holiday, it was 10. Like, he be cussing her out, y'all. And I'm just like, I see why, you know, but dang, you ain't gonna talk to Holiday like that. But I see why for sure. So he like, Holiday, don't be on that stupid ass shit. She like, nephew, like, and it's crazy because Holiday was missing like these 2 teeth right here. So she just like, she like put her tongue on her gums. Like, it was weird. So she, we go inside of the store and we laughing, just talking so much, talking about Holiday and shit. And we just grabbing all type of snacks and juice and shit like that. Cause we already ate, but we was just grabbing all type of snacks because we didn't plan on stopping for a long time. So we grabbing so much shit. Holiday's outside fucking trying to pump people gas for change. She got like 1 person that gave her some change for pumping their gas. But other than that, she was just outside being loud and annoying. So when we finally come out the store, we was in the store for a good probably 7-10 minutes. We was in there for a long time. We finally come outside. That's when Holiday like, I'ma give me a soda. I'ma give me a Coke. Yeah, they ain't got the Coke you looking for, honey. But yeah, she was just like, she gonna go get her one or whatever. And he like, man, hurry the fuck up, Holiday. So we get in the car, we sitting there, we talking. Holiday is in the store for a long time, y'all. She in there for a long time. So he like, man, what the fuck taking Holiday so long? And I like, look like, I'm like, it looked like she getting into it with somebody. Like, you kind of see her just moving around, like, jumping and shit. I know she just doing all that crazy shit. So he like, what the fuck, let me go see. So I got the car too. I'm like, I want to see. So I got the car. We go up inside the liquor store, y'all. Holiday is getting into it with the man at the fucking cash register talking about, so my nephew got all that shit right now. He can air this out. My nephew, like, oh, I'm hurting my throat doing that. She like, my nephew could in all this shit up in here. My nephew got this, my nephew got that. Nephew, tell her how you be having them packs. Tell him how you could air this out. Tell him this. And he like, man, Holiday, shut the fuck up. Holiday, get your stupid ass in the car. And I'm just like, and she got like a Coke and she got like some chips and she like, nah. And the guy like, I'm gonna call the police. And Holiday start picking up candy and throwing it, like trying to throw it at the man. And he like, man, Holiday. So he like, how much she owe? He's like, don't call the police, we good, I'm sorry. How much she owe? And he gave the man 100 and was like, keep the change, I'm sorry. And Holiday trying to throw stuff down. He starts dragging Holiday out the store. Holiday is swinging and shit while he's dragging her, and she's swinging. Y'all ever seen Scooby-Doo? You remember how Scrappy-Doo used to be doing the most when they be pulling him back? That was Holiday. She was doing that shit. So Holiday doing the most, and he dragging her, literally dragging her out the store. Holiday, get your dumb ass up in the car. I swear, that's why I don't want to take your stupid ass nowhere with us. And he like, man, Holiday. And then she just like, nephew, I told him. And he like, shut the fuck up. Like, and he ended up like putting her in the back seat. And she was just mad. Like, she's sitting back there. She like that, like with her teeth, like her tongue going through her. Like, she did that a lot. Like, she put her tongue through her missing teeth on her gums. Maybe it felt good. Anyway, so she's sitting there with an attitude. So I'm driving. I'm just like, okay. So then Holiday just was annoying. She just kept saying, you being mean, nephew. You being mean. It's like, Niecy Pooh. Calling me Niecy Pooh. And I'm just like, And she like, can I smoke in here? And I'm just like, this is not my car. Like, and she like asking nephew, can I smoke in here? And he was just like, man, no, Holiday. And she like, please. Like, she doing the most. And he was like, okay, you could smoke. Like, he was like, you can smoke. But I swear to God, you better shut the fuck up. And she was just like, all right, nephew, thank you. So we sitting back there, right? Y'all. We're not sitting, I'm sorry. We're driving. Holiday is sitting back there. I'm driving. And next thing you know, it didn't smell like no cigarette, y'all. It didn't smell like no cigarette. Holiday was trying to do that shit in the car. He started fighting with Holiday. I'm driving. He turned around. He's like, Holiday, like fighting with her. What the fuck wrong with you stupid bitch? He like, I'm gonna throw this shit up out the car. What's wrong with you? She like, nephew, you said I could smoke in here. Y'all. He like, you said I could smoke in here. Like, I didn't say you could smoke this shit, you dumb bitch. What's wrong with you? She like, I'ma jump out the car. You throw it out the car. And he like, pull over, let her ass out. She like, let me out. Like, and I'm just like, bro, we not leaving Holiday on the side of the road. I'm like, Holiday, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, why you didn't do that shit behind the gas station or something? Like, why would you come do that shit right now in the car? Like, you think, what the fuck? Like, I'm just irritated. He like, pull over. Cause she like, let me out. I don't care. I'll find my way. Let me out. I need my shit. And he just like pull over, let her out the car. I'm like, we not leaving your auntie on the side of the road. Like, that's not what we're doing. You know, he like, man, Holiday. And she just yelling. She like, I want to get out. Like, I'm going to open the door. And I'm just thinking like, oh my God. Like, why she got to start doing, I mean, she was doing annoying shit before, but why are you trying to jump out the window while I'm driving on the freeway? Like, so he was like, man, I got something for you, Holiday. Just sit the fuck back and shut up. So he gave Holiday a bar. I'm not gonna go into deep. If you know what a bar is, you know what a bar is. If you don't, you don't. I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to, like, I don't know if I can say that on here. But anyway, so he gave Holiday a bar and she ended up falling asleep, y'all. I was happy when Holiday ass went to sleep. She stressed me out. So when Holiday went to sleep, I'm like, hey, and consider you gotta drive because your auntie, I couldn't even really get no rest. So you gotta drive again. Like, let me at least get a little nap in or whatever. So y'all. So we end up finally making it to where we was making it to. We end up finally making it to Florida, y'all. And so when we get to Florida, we pull up to this house. And the whole time I noticed when we was getting closer and closer, and consider it kept calling the boy that we were supposed to link up with, because, ooh, I'm sorry, excuse me. He was telling us, like, basically it was gonna be a trade. He said the boy had like a rental plug or something. The boy was gonna get us the rental, and we was gonna give him his car. So yeah, so he was just like, yeah, so we put, the boy's not answering the phone. So we end up pulling to this house. When we get to the house, this long head nigga come outside. We're going to call him Wiener Schnitzel because he had a long hot dog head. So Wiener Schnitzel came outside and he just like, man, bro, he told you he not here. He told you where you need to go. Like, you already know. And he like, man, I'm not driving that far, blah, blah. He like, man, you got to drop Holiday off at your people house out there anyway. He like, yeah, but I was going to do that in the rental. Like, where's he at? He like, he said come to him there and then you could do the switch off. And he like, man, what the fuck? And he's like, I'm not trying to be driving less much. Like, nah, like they be tripping out here. Like, nah. So he was mad. And he's like, bro, it's just like 45 minutes away because it was a little traffic. So he's like, it's not that deep. Like, come on. He's like, I'm gonna come with y'all. So I'm just like, all right. So I'm my best friend. I'm like, and he was just like, man, he's like, I'm just not trying to drive this shit. Like, the way my best friend was talking, the way he was talking, it was giving me like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you know, the way you're talking is like, it's something up with this car. So I'm just like, hey, like, what's up? Like, why you not trying to drive the car over there? Like, you know, I'm like, is it because you tired? Because if so, you want me to drive, or what's the problem? Like, is it something I should know? He like, nah, best friend, nah, like, it ain't nothing going on. You know, I wouldn't even do you like that. You know, I wouldn't even do you like that. It's all good. And he just like, yeah, he just like, man, I had a Wiener Schnitzel laughing. He like, it's hot. This car hot. And I'm like, what do you mean by it's hot? I'm like, hey, stop playing with me. Because at this point, I could go to the room. You said it's a room, whatever. I could go to the room. Y'all could go do whatever you do when you get the rental. Like, and he like, man, he mean hot. Like, you know, like all the bitches be knowing this car. And Wiener Schnitzel just like, man, yeah, it's hot. But he just kept saying that. And he like, man, he just know because like, bro got a whole bunch of bitches and all his bitches be having this car. And yeah, so he just like, yeah, so I'm just like, oh, you sure? I'm like, don't lie to me. Like, for real, do not lie to me. He like, I'm not lying to you, best friend. I would never lie to you. Best friend when he lying. So he like, best friend, I would never lie to you. And I'm just like, all right, for sure. So we end up driving to go meet up with old boy. When we go meet up with old boy is standing outside and he's walked up to the car. So he like, nigga, what's up? Like, where's the rental? He's like, oh, okay, so we gotta go to the rental. He's like, man, it's just up the street. It's just a 10-minute drive. It's up the street. He like, bro, what the fuck? Mind you, so we gonna give this boy a name. This the boy he was meeting up with to bring the stuff to. Let's see. His name is going to be... his name. Okay, so we're gonna name this boy Guinea Pig because that's what he looked like. He looked like a guinea pig. So we're gonna name him Guinea Pig. So Guinea Pig just like, it's cool, bro. It's just up the street. Like, you know, it's just cool. He's like, but before we go, we gotta get some woods. He like, man, what the fuck? He like, man, just stop at the store. We gotta get some woods. And he like, why Holiday in the car? And he like, cause bro, like, what else am I supposed to do with her? He's like, I'm not taking her to my people's house because it's too much going on over there for me to be in this car. And I'm just like, why you keep saying in this car? Like, it's something up with this car. And the boy was just like, how you doing? What's your name? What's your name? And I'm just like, like not being rude. I'm just like, Simone. So he like, okay, I'm sitting in the front. He can ask me like, Miss Simone, can I get in the front seat? I said, no. I'm not about to sit in the back with Holiday. The fuck? Because Holiday, that bar didn't do that much for her, y'all. because you know she do other things. So that was really nothing. It knocked her out for a minute, but not too long. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, whatever. I'm like, no, I'm not getting a backseat. So we end up going. He like, man, stop at this store right here. When we turned into the store, the way it was when you first turned in, you couldn't really see all the way in the parking lot. But when we turned in, it was a police car in there. When we was able to see, he like, fuck, the police in here. I'm finna turn out. He said, and here go guinea pig. Like, bro, that's gonna look weird as fuck. You gotta stay in there. Come on, let's just get out. Let's just get out, go in, do what we gotta do, and we good, right? In front of this store was other little smokers. So, you know, that's holiday field day. You know, of course, she want to mingle with them, you know. So she like, I'm gonna get out. He like, Holiday, no, stay your ass in the car, because last time you got the car, you did some bullshit. She like, I promise, nephew. She's doing this like she's praying to him. She's like, I promise. And he like, shut the fuck up, don't start that shit right now. Because mind you, the police is like in their car, but they parked like a little over. And he like, man, and here go guinea pig laughing. Just let her get out. And Winter Snizzle just like, man, he just kept shaking his head. So I'm just like, I'm gonna stay in the car. I don't want nothing out the store. Y'all go, I'm gonna stay in the car. So they all get out the car. Holiday jumps and skip over to the other smokers, and she's just like having a conversation with them or whatever. And then they went inside the store. So when they went inside the store, like I could see through the little mirror, and you could tell they was like kind of getting into it with somebody, but they wasn't trying to do the extras, of course, because you know the police is in the parking lot. So I'm just like looking like, what the fuck? Like, I'm irritated at this point. At this point, I'm annoyed, y'all. I'm tired. I done had a screaming fucking smoker in my ear the whole ride. Like, I'm irritated. Like, so I'm just like, yo. So when they come out, they like, yeah, okay. Like, okay. You know, it was kind of loud, but it wasn't too much to where the police like looked, but it wasn't really on it. Because I pay attention to my surroundings. I need to know what's going on. So I noticed them noticing them, but not noticing them because they wasn't really caring. So yeah, here go Holiday. Next thing you know, I don't know what happened. Holiday like, this my nephew. Tell him how you be doing. Tell him how you be doing out there in the A. This my nephew. And mind you, my best friend ain't even one of them. I'm sorry if you watching this, but you not. For Holiday to be bragging on you like that everywhere you go. I'm just kidding, but no, for real, he wasn't. So anyway, so yeah, so she doing all of that. And so she doing the most. And then they started laughing all loud and doing like crackhead stuff. And then he like, come on, Holiday, come on. And she like, I'ma stay with my people. This my folks. I'ma stay with my folks. And she's yelling. Holiday is doing so much to where he like, Holiday, come your stupid ass on. He yelling at her. Now he loud. The police come. They coming over there. Y'all, when the police come, Winter Snizzle looked like he wanted to start running. I'm just like, at this point, I knew something wasn't right. Because I'm like, why is this nigga Winter Snizzle so fucking... Like, when we pulled up, he was shaking his head. Now he look like he want to run when the police coming. Something like, maybe Winter Snizzle's on the run. But if he was, maybe he should stay his stupid ass, long head ass in the car. You know? So Winter Snizzle is just like, man, what the fuck? So when the police start coming over there, my best friend he walks towards me and whispered in my ear and was all like, I just met you on South Beach. You don't know me. I just gave you a ride. We were supposed to hang out. And I was just like... Yeah, when he said that, I knew it. He whispered it to me and then walked like over to like about to get in the car. And he like, come on, y'all, like, let's get in the car. Because I had ended up getting out the car too when Holiday was doing that shit. Because I'm thinking like maybe I could calm down Holiday or whatever. So I'm just like, yo, it's some shit finna go down. Because why are you telling me to say it? Why are you telling me we don't know each other? But I'm gonna go along with what you just told me. But you know, of course we on the same page. Police come over there and they ask, everything okay? Everything okay? Yeah. And here go Holiday. Yeah, it's cool, officer. Just telling my nephew a boss. He a boss. And he run shit in the A. And they just, man, she just doing the most. And he like, yeah, it's cool. We good. And we just about to, we just trying to get her home. And here go Winter. So we got to get my auntie home. My auntie is not okay. We need to get her home. Auntie, get in the car. Come on, Holiday. Get in the car. He's doing the most to where the police was all like, can I see y'all IDs? Because you're doing the most. Like, maybe they would have thought it was just all like little smoker fun over there going on. But now you're doing the most, Winter Snizzle. You just so paranoid. Winter Snizzle was so paranoid. He's shaking. This nigga was probably sweating like he was in a sauna. Like, he was doing the most. He's the one, I feel like Winter Snizzle was the one that made them really want to just start asking to see IDs and shit. So they asked to see all of our IDs or whatever. And then after that, guess what they asked? So they like, who's this car registered to? They start looking, there's no place on there. Nobody said nothing. When they said, who's this car registered? Nobody said nothing. So they was all like, we gonna search the car. Y'all, this is Winter says, I knew I should never came with y'all niggas. I knew I should never came with y'all niggas. Man, he doing the most. Why are you doing this? So I'm looking like, bro, you just let them know. At this point, I know it's something in the car. But it's like, Winter says, so damn, just let them know. You might as well point it out. You might as well go show it to them and say, hey, officer, it's right here. Here it is. Here's what you're looking for. Y'all, so they looking through the car, man. When they start pulling this shit out the car, I'm looking like, I gave my best friend the coldest stare. I was looking at him like, inconsiderate, you fucking stupid motherfucker. Why would you? When they start pulling all this shit out the car, because they pull our bags out, they going through our bags, and it was one duffel bag that was in the trunk. It was big. It was like a big ass fucking duffel bag. When they opened up and started pulling this shit out the bag, I'm just like, yo, I was so mad because it's like, bro, you could have told me. I'm pretty sure because he had paid me to drive too, because he was like, oh, because we could have flew and it's the inconvenience of you, so I'll pay you and I'll buy your flight. And it's like, I'm pretty sure it was somebody in Atlanta that was okay with doing which if you would have told them what was up, you know, I'm pretty sure it was somebody okay with doing that drive. Like, you honestly could have had me meet you in Miami, like, bro. And I was just so mad because it's like, why did you put me in this situation? So the police, you already know what time it is. They called a backup, handcuffs is going on. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, they cuffing all of us. And here go Inconsiderate, my best friend. He like, she ain't got nothing to do with this. She ain't got nothing to do with this. Like, I literally just met her on South Beach. She don't know me. And she just was about to hang out with me for the night. Like, she really don't even know shit. Like, it's like, let her, she good. Like, just let her go. And they like, yeah, we still gonna take, like, you still take him. And I'm just like, at this point, I'm not even looking sad. I'm looking mad as fuck. Like, I'm mad. Y'all, guess what Guinea Pig gonna say? Guinea Pig gonna say, yeah, officer, we just met him. Me and my sister just met him on South Beach. We was just trying to hang out and have fun and know where the party's at. So, I mean, we don't got nothing to do with this. Guinea Pig, you fucking trifling motherfucker. Like, this your shit. How are you putting it on him? Like, bro, you could have just not said nothing. Like, Winter Snitzel damn near crying. He ain't saying shit no more. But it's like, bro, even Holiday, well, she was talking shit to them, but then she ended up shutting up or whatever. But, yo, wow. He did the most. When he did that, I was just like, and Inconsiderate was like, nigga, what the fuck? And I was just like, yo. For one, you have me in the car with all of this shit without even telling me. For two, you have me around a fucking strange snitch ass nigga. And it's like, and you didn't even tell me, like, what? I was so hot, y'all. So I ended up getting let go, whatever. Some more shit, it deep in the details what happened with that. And that ain't got nothing to do with me, so I ain't even gonna speak on that. But my best friend did end up going away for a little while. A little while, really, though. I had to ask myself, bro, did you snitch on somebody? Because how you get out that fast? But no, he said he didn't. I'm just kidding. He didn't, though, y'all. I'm just kidding. Don't mind my eyes and stuff. He really didn't. But yeah, so we ended up falling out because of that. Like, after that, that's when I was just like, hey, this best friend shit is out, y'all. Like, we was done for, like, y'all. But when he was in there, like, we still communicated. He was just always tell me, like, I'm sorry, you know, it's too much you can't say over the phones. But when he finally did get him like a little booty phone up in there, and he told me, like, I'm sorry, but I promise you I didn't know. Because come to find out, the car was stolen too, y'all. So he told me, like, I'm sorry, I promise you I did not know. I didn't know shit what was going on. Oh, and let me tell y'all too, because I didn't even say this to this was really only my best friend. Like, we had never did the hookabuck, nothing. We never had no type of relations or liked each other. Like, this was really like a brother to me. So yeah. And he just like, I'm sorry, Simone. Like, oh my God. Like, I promise you, I knew about certain shit. I knew about something in the glove box. I didn't know about the duffel bag. Nigga, how you didn't know about the duffel bag? Come on now. You just gonna mean to tell me you just gonna drive a car with a duffel bag and then not look in the duffel bag? Come on now. And he was just like, I didn't know it was stolen. You knew it was stolen. That's why I ain't had no place. That's why when they said who the car registered to, none of y'all said shit. And he was just like, always apologizing, you know? So like, we end up like not really even talking. Like, we fell off for like a cool minute. And then eventually, like, when they had him, like, a welcome home Roscoe Jenkins party, I ended up going. It was out here in LA, so I was just end up going. And we ended up, like, becoming cool again. It's crazy because he had ended up asking me to be, like, the godmom to his baby. And I'm just like, I can't trust you. How am I trust that baby? Like, your baby might put me in a weird situation, too. So, I don't know. I don't trust that mama. I don't trust you. I don't trust that baby. I'm just kidding. No, the baby ain't got nothing to do with it. But I declined the offer, you know, like, because I'm just, like, as now I'm the godmom, you might, put something in your baby diaper bag, ask me to take it to the mama. Who knows? Like, who knows? But no, we cool. We was really laughing, and I was just like, that's crazy, you know, like, yeah, I'm gonna tell it, like, you really brought back so much memories, and I had kind of got mad all over again. Now when I think about it, it's really funny. It's not funny at all. Kind of funny. Just Holiday, that's funny. I asked him too, y'all. I asked him, I'm like, how's Holiday doing? He's like, Holiday is still doing. And I'm just like, oh shit, Lord bless her soul, Holiday. But y'all, that's the story time. I never made it. Remember I told y'all about my returning flight? So y'all, I end up just going home when I got like released that next morning. I ended up just getting a flight last minute, high as hell, and going home. I didn't even try to get my flight credit back from the returning flight I was supposed to take. I just said, fuck it, you know, just thank God that I'm home. I'm able to go home. Like, whew, y'all, I was mad. And after that, I just was like, it's crazy because he would hit me up randomly and be like, you want to go to Miami? And I'd just be like, boy, fuck you. Click. Like, don't play with me. Don't play with me. I would never even go to the fucking store with you. I wouldn't even go in my car to the McDonald's drive-thru with you. I wouldn't even go into the motherfucking church with you. I wouldn't go nowhere with you ever again. You lucky I was at your Roscoe Jenkins welcome home party. But I would never step foot nowhere with you ever again because we were supposed to be dogs. Why? You could have told me. I would have said no. I would have been like, hell no. You could have had Holiday high-ass drive. But, you know, no.
Hi guys, thank you for watching. I love you guys so much. Please like and subscribe to see more great videos. See you again.